Hello, I'm John Fox, Chairman of IDC, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about a new workshop that we're about to launch. We call it No Kenyans. That's K-N-O-W, not N-O. And it's a one-day workshop, ideally for a single organization each time. And it's about cross-cultural communication. What made me think about it was some time ago when I was on a flight back from South Africa to Nairobi, and I was sitting next to a Dutch guy who was head of a team working within a Dutch team working within Kenya Airways. And at one point I said, how are you getting on with your Kenyan colleague? And he said, well, we're Dutch. We like things in straight lines. We like things on time. And we like things written down. And our Kenyan colleagues are not really like that. So I said, are you talking about it? Are you socializing at all? No, not really. So what's happening then? And he said, well, I suppose you could say we're moving further and further apart. So the objective of this workshop is to avoid that kind of misunderstanding that can lead to friction, it leads to frustration, and I would also say lost opportunities. So the objective is to make communication easier between groups and more effective, and then lead to either individuals changing behavior or an organization changing processes. It's a very experiential workshop. It begins with an exercise I call talking pictures, and that is to try to identify the issues that the participants think should be explored in the workshop. I reckon that working with a picture that is drawn can express things more deeply, more sharply, than if we just had a conversation about relationship. And that leads to the second half, where we're using the force field analysis, a decision-making technique, which identifies the actions the group thinks should be taken. I'll be working with Millie Manka, also a communication specialist, who has worked in the Middle East as well. And her experience is mainly with the private sector. For me, the experience across Africa, also in Asia, has been mainly with the public sector, with aid organizations and with NGOs, international NGOs. With this little video, there'll also be the flyer that we've worked on, which will give, if you're interested in asking any other questions, or you think your organization could be involved in such a workshop, then there are examples of how to get in touch. So thanks for listening.